are you?
I'm good, Mom. How are you?
This trip might take a little longer than I thought.
Murdery? What happened?
Just work stuff.
Right. Well, Dad and I are just watching the latest episode of Night Springs here. Mom, it's so good.
No spoilers. I'll let you get back to the show. You were supposed to wait and watch with me. I love you both.
This is what happens when you go on work trips, Mom. Love you too. And say hi to Casey. Tell him to stop brooding so much.
Logan? I will. Bye, kiddo. Logan thinks you should try cheering up.
Snarky kid. Wonder where she gets that from.
It can't be a coincidence that another body turns up just as we arrive in town. Feels like the killer's leaving us a message.
I'm glad you're on this case with me, Anderson. It's right up your alley. You should take lead. Think of me as the backup.
Okay. Any words of advice?
Nothing that would cheer anyone up. Here we are. Cauldron Lake.
Time to get to work. A deputy was supposed to be here to show us to the crime scene. There's the car, so where's the deputy?
FBI. تعال نشوف الخريطة. ما في خريطة.
Worth memorizing
طق طق.
before we get swallowed up by the trees.
I think I hear someone. Could be our deputy.
في صوت.
I can go take a look.
Hey, over here. Hey there. Agent Casey, right? Sheriff Breaker said you'd be coming by to take over the case.
You're half right. Anderson?
Saga Anderson. I'll be leading this case. Seems you already know my partner, Alex Casey.
بابا بشوف وجهها تتكلم طيب.
I'm Deputy Mulligan.
هاي خبرك.
I just figured that, you know, that, Federal agents are right here, Thornton. My partner, Thornton, down at the crime scene.
Oh, that's
It's
good.
not what you call the sharpest axe in the shed.
Right here? What do you mean? Are they with you? Oh, shit! They didn't hear me, did they?
هاي خبرك. بدنا نغير في القصة كمان.
What can you tell us about the crime scene?
مشي كله اكسات. التقديم الثاني مربعات.
Let's get into that, Thornton. Well, we reckon there are some, organs that are currently outside the victim's person when they should be, but you know, inside.
Were there any witnesses?
Yeah, a couple out-of-towners. I wonder what they were doing sneaking around the woods at night.
Mention the city folk. It's pretty suspicious.
Not that we have anything against city folk, right, Thornton? But don't worry. Sheriff Breaker took them back to town a while ago.
I want to see the body. How do we get there?
Oh, sure, that's real simple. Just through the hole in the fence, down the hill towards the lake, around the old convenience store. You can't miss it. Everything's been closed since the area was fenced off. The store, the campground, all of it.
Mulligan, tell them I'm here. Wait me. I'll show them around.
They got it, Thornton.
من أول طيب.
Before we get to the crime scene, there's time to review the facts of the case so
والله غابة
far.
رهيبة.
Make sure I'm seeing the clues clearly. The Mind Place. My version of the Mind Palace technique. To sift through clues and work the case. Building the Mind Place again for each case. Using each field office as a model in my head.
ايش هذا؟
Worth taking another look.
ولا يسرق لك الله شاشة قديمة صح تلفزيون اوبا بنتها هذا اللوح
I see you're already hard
ايش
at
فيه؟
work,
ايش
Anderson.
صار؟
Close to
صوتك
cracking.
خرجني
We're
من
just getting
البيت
started.
كله.
Let's head down the hill to the crime scene.
Fucking nature. Gives me a headache. There's too much sky.
I'm gonna go check something out. Be right back.
Got it.
والله زي رزنديف نو ما في مسدس معي
Hey, Casey. You putting me in charge. Why now?
Look, Anderson, you're a better detective than I am. You've cracked cases that had the rest of us baffled. I don't want to slow you down.
Are you thinking of retiring? You know what happens to cops who say this is their last case.
Real funny, Anderson.
vacation time ما في شيء
Stairs are out. You okay to jump down?
I'm not.
شوف راسل لي بالانجليزي
I'll be back in a second.
Roger.
ايش فيه؟ طريق غلط ايش هذا؟ هيا خذلك قلب ايفل ويذن من جد. جابه فيها من ايفل ويذن ورزنديه الفقر.
Welcome back, Anderson.
Not a bad
Yeah,
place
yeah.
to get murdered.
هذا الطريق
Getting back to nature
من
is your
هون.
thing.
Damn. Should have brought an umbrella.
I like the rain. The only thing around here that feels like home.
You think the local law had the sense to put up a tarp?
They did.
اوبا في ناس. انا اشوف هنا ايش
I
في.
think I saw something. It'll only take a minute.
I'll wait here.
برا يعني.
Can't go any further. Water's too deep.
اوه هنا البداية صح؟ والله شكلها البداية ايه.
That disease still in one piece, Anderson. Forest can be a dangerous place.
شوف اخر اللفلفة طلع أمكنة جديدة. ايش فيها لوحة الله يرقك كذا واحد يفك الباب. خط واضح. والله خط رصاص. والله كمان الجلسة اوف رعب وحلو والله.
Is that a kid's lunchbox? An Alex Casey movie lunchbox. Casey hates the endless jokes about coincidentally having the same name as a fake detective. He hates those cheesy crime books,
اوبا كل
but he
شيء
really
واضح.
hates the movies.
الله يسعد صباحك يا بدر. اوبا لا ايش فيه؟ اللعبة فيها فلوس. طيب هنا خريطة. لا الين ويك تقريبا. الان ويك. بدر البدور يا بدر اشتري فالديد يا بدر. انا فين ماشي؟ بدر البدور.
I want to walk around for a minute.
You know where to find me.
فين؟ اجي وراك؟
Deputy
متأكد
Thornton, I take
طفشتك
it.
صح؟
That's me, at your service, ready to get this case solved. And the body's
لا
down
هذا
in the
يتوقع
store.
انه اوفلاين.
Come on, I'll show you.
اوفلاين نشوف ايش فيها. سلام. شباب الناس صاروا مثقفين كذا كل شوية ورق. اي والله شايف التصوير بس اوف ما شاء الله. كيف ما في كشاف؟ ما في كشاف. يا ربي.
UFO cover-ups.
Those are real? You guys hiring?
ما تخلوا الواحد يطالع يعني.
Let's just see this body, shall we?
ايوه مع ايفل ويذن وريزنت ايفل 4 كلها نفس الشيء. انا ما رضيت اصور اول لقطة لان فيها شيء ابله. في طريقة خلينا نشوف. اوه مهمات. اوكي انجزت واحدة انا ما ادري يعني. يا بدر اشتري ايفل ديد يا بدر، والله لعبة جامدة
Okay. Let's
انصحك
start by
فيها.
examining our guest of honor. Does this fit the MO of the previous murders? A creepy twig sculpture?
شوف كيف سريع.
Step 1. Examine the corpse.
اها
Wanna start by inspecting?
ايوه فيها بدر فيها. انت بي سي 105 نقدر نلعب عادي. قايل لك اللعبة مرة قوية، انا متأكد انها راح تعجبك زي ديد باي دايلايت. واحلى طبعا، هناك تصقع البوس تصقيع اوف تبكيه.
Anderson. Hey, let's get back to work over here, can we?
كان صبني خلينا نمشي ارجع هسه. ايش في ما عاد صارت
Hello, this
تتحرك.
is Agent Anderson
Ah.
and Agent Casey, FBI. We'd like to come in and ask a few questions pertaining to an investigation. Nice talking to you too.
خلاص نمشي. يا سلام شوف الجو كيف، والله رعب رعب وشي جميل الصراحة. طفشوني هذول ما خلوني ادور. اوه لو يخلوا داينو كريسوس كذا الجديد.
Good to see you still in one piece, Anderson. Force can be a dangerous.
Body is positioned on the table. Ritualistic.
شكله هذا واحد من الميتين ولا ايش؟ اي والله كيف اخذوا صورته بدري
Another body
بدري.
turns up just as we arrive in town. Coincidence? Incised stab wound. Chest cut open. Heart removed. The killer left the heart right next to the body.
والله شالوا قلبه.
Bruising on the wrist from the cargo straps holding him down.
ربطوه عذبوه والله. احسن احسن. طيب ايش اسوي؟ خلاص كذا. طيب وبعدين يعني بفهم لصقي خلاص. ايوه هذا
Nah.
هاي خذ لك اجلس رتب.
Nope.
عذبوني. يمكن هنا. ايوه اوكي. جات عليه هيكس جنبها. شوف المسخرة.
Heart removed from chest, strapped by the wrists.
والله
Definitely
مسخرة.
matches the previous murders. But this time the heart and the straps were left behind. More clues to work with. This makes 4 murders that we know about.
اوكي مهمة جديدة. ما عنده الا ريال.
Who is our victim? Who killed him? Need to find more clues. Large amount of blood on the table. The victim died here. Someone was drinking beer. They spent time here, waiting. Someone left in a hurry. Knocked the tripod over. Was it for a camera?
كم صورة؟ بس صورة واحدة أخدتها. غريبة. طيب كلنا ما في شيء. اها.
Multiple people were here. Multiple killers?
رقم 4 خلاص. طيب.
Boot prints indicating multiple killers. Quite the party.
Years ago, I haven't heard a word about him since. Until now.
Nightingale. Robert Nightingale?
Oh, yes. You probably knew him. Brothers in arms. Oh, and sisters.
So you knew our victim?
Well, I didn't recognize him in his current state. But yeah, I ran into him a few times in Quantico. Worked any cases together. After his partner got killed in the field, he went off the deep end. Got the boot pretty quick after that.
Nightingale went missing 13 years ago, 2010.
Same as all the other victims.
Certainly fits the pattern. Makes me wonder what was going on that year.
Probably something this town wants to forget.
So what happened to Nightingale after the Bureau let him go?
I only know the rumors. Depression led to booze, booze led to paranoia. He got some wild ideas in his head, chased ghosts until he fell off the map. Guess he ended up here.
I bet there's more to that story.
But no happy ending.
طيب.
Robert Nightingale, ex-FBI, came to Bright Falls 13 years ago.
طلعت بسيطة ما صعبة.
They planned for the murder to happen here. passing the time with equipment ready. They were waiting for him. But why Nightingale? He's been missing for 13 years. Why here? Why now? Profiling. Get into the subject's head. See what they saw. Feel what they felt. Use whatever I know about them to guide my intuition to a revelation. Piece it together. Agent Nightingale has been MIA for 13 years. How did he end up here?
Up from the lake that's not a lake. It's dark. He was there too. You are not allowed in the lake until he says otherwise.
Robert Nightingale came from the lake before his murder. Nightingale was chosen as the victim. Why?
Like the switch, it goes click. Lights are off. But somebody's home. Somebody's home.
This wasn't some random act of violence. This was a ritual. A Nightingale a component. They didn't see him as a person. More like a container for something.
والله لحقت من بعيد.
The lake is connected to Nightingale somehow. Casey, let's take a look down by the lake. Lead the way.
Sounds good. This way, right?
Right.
Okay, well, I'll just wait here.
يا أخي أجل.
This one of your hunches, Anderson?
مشي
Something
مشي
happened at
مشي.
the lake?
I think Nightingale came up from that direction. From the lake. Probably looking for shelter. Safety. They were waiting for him.
When you're ready, I'd love to hear what you put together so far.
Sure. It's not that complicated.
شفت شيء هنا.
Nightingale was out in the woods alone at night. Possibly knew.
اطلع فوق.
The killers knew he was here. Ambushed him. Dragged him to the campgrounds. Strapped him to the table. Cut his heart out. But then they were interrupted by those witnesses, the Bookers. The job is unfinished.
That seems pretty complicated to me. What was this guy doing skinny dipping at this time of year?
Haven't figured that part out yet. There's a piece of paper on the ground.
I didn't know trees.
Tracks.
والله
Barefoot.
طبعت الرجال.
Nightingales?
والله يا رجوله
They
كبيرة
come
شوف.
out from... A page full of text on one side. Not a printout. Written with a typewriter. Old school. Lines scratched out and edits added with a pen.
Like a manuscript. Page of a story. Killer left a message.
It's for us. The text is about us. The victim was one of their own. FBI Special Agent Robert Nightingale. And then there was the page they found. The first step down into terrifying depths.
Reading
the
words.
words.
These words felt like a message.
Felt like a message.
Someone knew they were here. Someone playing a game with them. An invitation. How could they not accept?
Even if they knew it would end up hurting them. Someone's been watching us.
Playing a sick game with us.
You were right. This is right up my alley. Nightingale came this way. Either he dropped this page, or the killers left it for us. I should profile Nightingale about this page.
طيب.
think he came from the lake. But his tracks make no sense.
في كمان في رقم واحد يعني في شيء. اوكي الامور بدأت تسهل، تصير اسهل. What?
We found a page in the woods. A story about these events. What is Nightingale's role in this?
I carry his words close to my chest now. Inside, the awful truth. You must dig it out.
Something was put inside him. In his chest. I must find out what.
The victim was one of their own. FBI Special Agent Robert Nightingale, gone missing here 13 years ago. Now he had suddenly turned up, only to be murdered in a brutal ritual on the very day of their arrival. And then there was the page. This page, the first page that they had found, not the last. The first step down into terrifying depths. Secret truths trembling beyond the threshold. Reading the words, these words, felt like a message. Was a message. Someone knew they were here. What they were doing. Someone playing a game with them. Leading them on. An invitation. How could they not accept? The sheer audacity of this impossible mystery presented to them. Even if they knew it would end up hurting them. The victim was one of their own. FBI Special Agent Robert Nightingale, gone missing here 13 years ago.
If only the rest of the Bureau knew what a softy Casey is. Found all I can here. Time to properly examine the body. See what I can find inside. Casey, I think something's been put inside Nightingale's body. Let's tell the deputies to get the body to the town morgue.
Okay.
The victim was one of their own. FBI Special Agent Robert
Deputy, I want the body taken back to town for a proper examination ASAP.
Well, sure, but the coroner won't be back in town for another week after Deerfest.
Not a problem. I'll do it myself.
Oh, and Sheriff Breaker called to say he's got the bookers at the Oh Dear Diner in town. Oh, and I've got a key to the gate. It's a shortcut back to the parking lot just up the hill.
افتح غرفتي.
Thanks. Let's get the car, drive to Bright Falls, and talk to these witnesses, the bookers.
At the diner, right? I could use a cup of coffee.
Let's try that shortcut the deputy mentioned.
Sounds good.
Seems like a nice town so far. Murders aside. Pretty woods. Cute lodge we got set up in. We should go for a hike if we get a chance.
Now you're just being mean, Anderson.
Deputies aren't exactly up to the task, but hopefully the sheriff will be more helpful.
Not a surprise about the deputies. Doubt they see much stuff with this cruiser.
I'll be back in a second.
Roger.
lunchbox again. Who's leaving
اه
these out
فلوس
here?
فلوس.
Can't fit the clues all together yet. Heart removed, tripod, tracks leading to a dead end.
A tripod? For a camera? To record a snuff film?
Here we are. Let's drive back to
Fine.
town and meet the sheriff at the diner.
رجعنا نفس المكان بداية. اوه لا الا بداية. ايش في؟
I can't get that manuscript page out of my head. I've never seen killers reach out so directly before.
Damn impressive work so far. With your technique, these hunches were moving fast.
I wasn't sure about taking a case so far from home, but I'm thrilled to be here for this mystery. Need to swing by the lodge to get anything from the field office?
No, I'm all set.
I'll park there anyway. I want to walk to the diner, get a feel for the town.
طب الاشياء ما
The
فتشها.
diner's just up the waterfront. Shouldn't keep the sheriff and our witnesses waiting.
I smell coffee.
Hey there. Just how much coffee have you had today?
Don't know, don't care. How much you do that?
على طول يوقف.
That's how much. Never enough coffee. Rich, bittersweet nectar. Get it in coffee world. Get it where you can. Get it now.
ما في شوطة. شو نسوي يا زفت؟ شو المطلوب؟ اها
The Mile High Strangler case. Proud of that one.
أنا فين؟ أنا اللي ماشي.
Not to toot my own horn, but I am pretty darn sure
طب وقف السيارة هناك ليه يعني؟
our float will be the belle of the
Oh
ball this year.
dear.
Just
Cute.
Let me guess. The FBI. Welcome to Bright Falls. It's nice to have you here.
كويس.
I got you both some coffee. Oh, it's Washington's finest.
Nice to meet you, Sheriff. I'm set for coffee.
You know, I wouldn't say no to another.
I'm Agent Saga Anderson. This is Agent Alex Casey.
Tim Breaker. And let me just say, I'm happy you two are here. Frankly, we could use the help.
Your deputies said you had a couple of witnesses here.
They made them sound like suspects.
Mulligan and Thornton are still on about that? No, the Bookers don't strike me as the murdering type, but You can decide for yourselves. They're just inside having coffee and pie to calm their nerves.
I'll see what they have to say. Casey, you compare notes with the sheriff.
Take your time. We've looked through the case files you sent over, Sheriff. Have you had any clues
Excuse me.
عليكم السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته.
Are you the Bookers?
That's us. I'm Tammy
Can you
and
be,
he's
ma'am?
Ed.
Hello, officer.
Just Saga is fine, Ed.
So are we being charged with anything? Because if not, we'd love to get back to our hotel and decompress after what we saw. Take a bath, scream into pillows, that kind of thing.
We're not charging you. I just have a few questions. Nothing to stress about, okay?
والله من زمان.
What were you doing at Cauldron Lake?
هي اللعبة نزلت أول أمس تقريبا.
True crime.
أنا محملها بس
Here
ما
from New
لعبتها.
York, doing some research on a famous novelist, Alan Wake, went missing here. I was down at the lake getting some details. Perfectly legal.
So what did you see in the woods?
This naked dude came out of the lake, and he was acting crazy, shouting weird shit at us. He must have been on something.
Unless skinny dipping at dawn is a thing around.
أوبا.
Then we heard
والله
shooting.
التصوير لين ذحين
We
حلو.
ran into these psychos.
اللعبة ما بانت لين ذحين.
They were tearing into the naked
كله
guy
كلام
with
كأنك تلعب
knives,
RPG.
like some kind of
تحقيق ما
satanic
تحقيق.
cult. Then we bolted and called the cops.
What makes you say it was a cult?
The masks and knives aren't enough.
They were shouting, "Cult of the tree, the cult of the tree, cult of the tree." Oh, and then we found her. The whole thing was terrifying. That's all. Good to see you.
إيش شفتها؟ غدراني. قال ما في حرف غلط. كله صح. تصوير جبار.
Enjoy your day.
خلاص كذا نخش جوا سلتحة شوف ايش فيه لازم السلتحة شوف الباب عشان لا حد يشوف ونسرق ما في ولا شيء نسرق اصلا ان شاء الله.
Hey there, Mr. Deer. You remind me of a dream I had.
ما في شيء. باب خلينا محترم. خط خريطة.
Can't open this with my bare hands.
ما يمديني. وال ما في كشاف الله يخرب بيتك. لا شيء غلط. أما الرجال والنساء.
I can't force it open.
ما في شيء هذا. لا. هذا خلصت منه. هذا لسه.
The cult of the tree. What are the Bookers telling me?
I found their necklace. The symbol is 2 triangles.
The cult wants their spruce tree bag, Tammy.
Finders keepers, Ed. My publisher will want this on the cover.
Tammy found something. A necklace belonging to one of the cultists. The Bookers were at Cauldron Lake. Why?
The fence was built to hide what's there. They say the rider fell in the lake.
Private party. No trespassing.
My book has questions.
Past the bolt cutters. They broke in for the sake of Tammy's book. Nothing to do with a murder. They were
ماذا
telling the
في
truth.
سبوك؟ شوف هذه خريطة جديدة. طيب ما في حد يبغى يعترف هنا. ناخذ لفة كمان. ما في.
So you found something there, right? A necklace these cultists may have dropped.
Okay. Wow. How did you put that together?
It's evidence. You need to hand it over.
أوه كويس والله.
Told you not to keep that thing to me.
Thanks. This could prove to be helpful. Do me a favor. Stick around town for now in case we have any more questions.
Like we'd even dream of missing dear
Oh God. Saga! Saga Anderson. As I live and breathe.
شكله صديقة.
I thought we'd never see you back here after that awful, awful thing happened to your baby girl. How are you? I'm sorry. Who are you? I don't know what you're talking about. It's me, silly. Rose. You know me.
I don't think I do. And what horrible thing happened to my baby girl?
She drowned. Your daughter. That's so weird you don't remember.
How do you know I have a daughter?
Oh, I know what this is. You're blocking out your traumatic memories. Happens on TV all the time.
No. You're mistaking me for someone else.
If you say so.
All set? My guys have Nightingale at the morgue if you're ready to go take a look.
Let's go. Well, Casey. Looks like we're dealing with a cult. The cult of the tree.
Murder cult. Fuck.
Have you heard of this cult of the tree, Sheriff?
Only the urban legend. If you're in the woods at night, the cult will get you. That sort of thing.
We're not gonna find out you're the Grand Wizard or something.
هذا شك فيه خلينا نشوف.
Played some D&D back in the day. Wizard was always my favorite class.
Morning, Sheriff. Looks like you have some guests.
Ah, morning, Ted. Yeah, real important guests. Deerfest. Always draws a crowd, right?
Too true. More the merrier. Have a good one, Sheriff.
Hey, what do you know about that waitress from the diner?
Rose? Yeah, she's a bit of a space case. Always has been. Why? What'd she do now?
She kept saying that my daughter drowned. She even knew my name. It was all very weird.
Rose has a talent for saying the weirdest thing possible. But it's best not to take it personally.
Hey, boss. Corpse is downstairs ready to go.
Yep, in the morgue, all prepped.
I'd like to take a closer look as soon as possible. Lead the way, Sheriff.
I'll be right with you, sir.
Oh, this is the Bright Falls Sheriff's
أعترفه.
Anything you need, just let us know.
We appreciate the support, Sheriff.
بالراحة.
Agent?
جاي السلتح الصراحة شوف شيء تاخذ منك ولا لا.
As you know, the investigation is being taken over by the federal agents. Sheriff Ricker wants us to cooperate.
Oh dear, I am a tourist, and it appears that I'm lost in the woods. We've only had a tour guide.
أخبار جوية.
Oh no, a bear. Help.
كذا اللي يطلب الهب صح عليك.
Did somebody call for a tour guide? Koskela Brothers Adventure Tours. Unforgettable tour experiences at affordable prices. That's right. I'm Ilmo Koskela Botic, best coffee roaster / tour guide by Coffee World magazine. And I'm here to give you the tour of a lifetime. But Ilmo, I've heard the government has seized and restricting access to many local nature attractions. That is true, Yanko. Many local attractions have recently become fenced off by the government. And that's why, at Koskela Brothers Adventure Tours, we say, fuck the government. We have both cutters.
أنا غلطان على الأخرى. قلها
And we'll take you anywhere.
So we share a morgue with the funeral home next door. It's a shoestring budget. I guess you guys don't have that problem, though. Our only coroner rotates between a few other towns, and he's away this week. But you can handle this, right?
I'm qualified to perform examinations. Yes.
دقيقة نصلح ما عندنا هنا في شيء شفت هذا الباب يفك كل شيء لا بس هذا مفتاح هو كشاف
I can't get through this.
نعم.
Okay.
المقر الرئيسي حقهم يخوف أكثر من الغابة.
I'll start with the external inspection before performing the internal examination. What was the cause of death? Aha. They did leave something inside his chest.
Defensive wounds. He put up a fight.
This looks like text. Signs of being submerged in water, post-mortem. It doesn't add up. There's writing on here. Can't make it out.
Writing? How did they manage that?
طيب نشوف التحقيق الصورة هذه نقبلها. نشتغل بها يمكن.
Nah.
قال والله ما اتفرج عليك قدرتوني. دقيقة هنا في شيء ما نفهم. لا هذه خلصناها. غيرت الملف. ايش اللي غير الملف؟ ايوه.
Time to see what Nightingale's body can tell us.
الله لعبوا بجثته صح.
That's not right. Text is smudged. Looks inverted. Heart can't have been marked. There's definitely something in his chest. Did the killers leave it there? Same type of page we found at Cauldron Lake.
Nightingale Haunted Saga. Didn't see her. The Taken could not see into bright light. Light hurt them, made them vulnerable. Nightingale had no heart, but here he was, killing.
Someone's created a fucked up fantasy about us.
Hey, hold on. We found these kinds of pages. I didn't think they were relevant to this case. I have them right here. No, wait.
What? اوبا ايش اللي صار؟ وال
He's coming. Need to be in the light. My gun's out in the hall. Gotta get it back. Gotta move.
ول طب اصبر يا خرا شوف اللعبة كيف وعليك والله غش والله والله مفروض يعطوا فرصة هاي خذ لك
I need to get into the light. Now. Can't be opened on this side. My gun's out in the hall. Gotta get it back.
شو اسوي؟ ايش اسوي يعني؟ فين اروح؟ نحفظ اول شيء ايش هنا؟ هذا
Must
الباب
be locked
مقفل
from the
الخرا.
other side.
هذا أول زومبي. شوف السوى فيه. أحسن لك يا ولد. إيش تسوي يا خرا؟ وكيف اموته ان شاء الله؟ كيف اطلع مسدس؟
It's coming. Need to be in the light. My gun's out in the hall. Gotta get it back.
يا ربي. ترى والله ماني عارف ايش اسوي. ما علموني كيف اطلع السلاح او ايش اسوي بالضبط. الله يخرب بيتكم. حطينا اللايت، حطينا الكهرباء، اللايت، حطينا كل شيء يا عيال الخرا. شغلت الكشاف عليه. وبعدين ايش الحل؟ ايش الحل؟ اللي زي كذا المتى يعني؟ الله يولع فيك يا شيخ، الله يولع فيك. كنت اتفرج التلفزيون. والله غدراني. ما شيء انا اسوي. هم ايش يبوني اسوي بالضبط؟ اقفل الكشاف ولا ايش؟ وكيف اقفل الكشاف؟
I need to get into the light. Now.
مو في الا اني اندس يعني.
My gun's out in the hall. Gotta get it.
ورب استهبال. استهبال.
type of page we found at Cauldron Lake.
Nightingale hunted Saga. Didn't see her. The Taken could not see into bright light. Light hurt them, made them vulnerable. Nightingale had no heart, but here he was, killing.
Someone's created a fucked up fantasy about us.
Hey, hold on. We found these kinds of pages. I didn't think they were relevant to this case. I have them right here.
Get into the light. Now.
الكشاف ولا ايش؟ هاخذ لك انطفى. طلع الكشاف.
My gun's out in the hall. Gotta get it back. Go.
ما يشوف في هذا الحمار يا ابن العمية. اوكي جابت المسدس. يخرب بيتك. فو عليك وعلى اللعبة الحمارة. صح بعد ايش؟ بعد ما بكيت. اوكي يعني الوحوش ما يشوفوك انت في النور.
He didn't have a heart, but he still got up. The page predicted all of it. It helped me fight him.
He just disappeared. What the hell is going on here?
We need to figure that out if we're going to do anything about it. Somehow we need to make sense of this.
والله يا خفة هذا خفاه.
Right before things got crazy, Sheriff Breaker just vanished.
خفى أمه.
Maybe the sheriff knew more.
ما أدري فين وده.
He seemed anxious, like he dreaded what was coming. One more mystery. There's no rational explanation to what we just saw.
I'd love to blame this on mass hallucination caused by inhaling volcanic gas, but we both know that's bullshit. This was supernatural.
Well, I'm glad you were the one to say it. Now we can figure out a way forward. The victim of a ritualistic murder turns into a monster. Is there a connection?
Looks to me like the cult of the tree is performing rituals to create monsters.
Maybe. We need to start with learning this cult's goal, their purpose.
There's one of the pages on the floor.
Saga was back at Cauldron Lake. Saga had to pursue Nightingale into the overlap. Finding a way in would be difficult. A ritual. Saga would learn how. Stop the monster. Saga was back at Cauldron Lake.
سمعنا.
He was there too.
ما تضحك علينا. شيء تفتح بالصندوق. شوف الرمم.
Must be locked from the other side.
تعال نطلع. هاي خبلك. في اشياء لازم اسويها.
The heart is gone too. Did the fucker take it with him?
A dead man turned into a monster. Light as a way to fight him. Pages predicting the future. There's no rational explanation. This is the case we must solve.
بس
The page places Nightingale back at Cauldron Lake. Calls him a Taken. We need to head over there, stop him, before anyone else gets hurt.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
We heard gunshots. Y'all okay?
Did you get spooked by the bodies?
Sheriff Breaker disappeared. Nightingale turned into some sort of a monster, and there are offices down. You two handle things here. We need to get back to Cauldron Lake immediately.
Fuck me. That's terrible. We'll do what we can, man.
That's crazy, right, Thornton? Nightingale's heart was missing. How could he do anything?
I need bolt cutters.
لا شغلي دائرة.
They're a fine pair.
والفعل اللي كان هنا. قلبه حديد ولا اهتز.
Take it easy. My client has been held here long enough.
Do this, Walter.
Just a moment, ma'am.
My wits end.
I want out.
أنا ما سمعت الطلقة النار.
I can feel it. Let me out.
Do you think I like throwing you in jail every other day?
بس اللعبة حلوة.
Force it open. Nightingale and his cult are dangerous. We need to be prepared in case things escalate more than they already have. Can you call it in, KC?
A smart choice, Anderson. Yeah, Agent Casey here. Yeah. We need backup. The Bright
أنت ما
Falls
اتصل.
case. Whoever you can spare. ASAP. Think we'll actually find Nightingale at the lake?
The pages haven't been wrong yet.
We can't assume the person writing these pages isn't.
Opa.
I agree. But it's our best lead. This is the same symbol as that cult necklace.
Not exactly hiding in the shadows, are they?
Mercedo won't roll over on the issues.
ما في صدى هنا، صارت العساكر رصاص شيء. نركب السيارة يعني. هنا بنوقف والله. هنا لازم نوقف.
Tammy mentioned him. She's writing a book on his disappearance.
You know the detective character from his books, Alex, Casey.
Yeah, I've heard the jokes at the office. Cold case Casey. Murder case Casey. Sorry.
Haha. It's the same name, similar job. It's the first thing anyone thinks of. It annoyed me, but that was it. Then, 10 years ago, I started getting strange letters in the mail. Fragments of prose describing murders. You've heard the stories about what happened in New York. Some of it, at least. Bodies started to pile up. It was a murder cult. Turns out the fragments sent to me were from the crime books of Alan Wake. The cult was copycatting the murders from the books. In their heads, they were performing a ritual to bring Wake back. Their imagined prophet. After that case, I started looking into Wake's disappearance on the side.
And you thought this case might be connected to him? His name does keep popping up.
I just wanted you to have all the facts.
Next time, give them to me before we find ourselves in the middle of a horror story.
شكله رائع المقر. ايوه. اوبا شابتر 2. خلاص هنا
The
نوقف.
page says nightingales in something
يعطيكم
called
العافية ما
overlap.
قصرتوا.
Need to figure out exactly
كيف
what
اوقف؟
that means.
I'm happy I'm
أيوه.
not in charge of this mess.
لا.
Thanks. Let's start looking for
السلام
Nightingale
عليكم.
where